We are about 15 minutes away from seeing the new Integra, the reincarnation of a legend tonight. So I'm very, very excited. Not the actual Acura legend, the Acura Integra, of course. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? Where are you guys coming from? I'll talk a little bit here in a second about what I'm expecting tonight. But I just wanted to catch up with you guys first and see what you guys are up to. Hopefully you had a very good day. Today's Thursday where I'm at. Depending where you're at in the world, it could be Friday already. I'm very tired. I could have fallen asleep a while ago. I know it's only 8:20 my time, but yes, I'm tired. I'll just say that. So, I don't think it's going to be a very long stream tonight. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot other than the exterior design, maybe the interior for Lucky. Craig Northcutt's in the house. What's up, Craig? From Utah. Yep. St. Thomas Virgin Islands. I would love to go to the U.S. Virgin Islands so bad. That's one of the things I want to do. And I could bring you guys videos from the U.S. Virgin Islands when I visit. So that would be pretty cool. Jordan says he's watching the live stream instead of doing a midterm. Priorities, you know? Oh, man. You guys always got... Maybe I'll put the chat up top. Waycross, Georgia. Hello from Virginia. Tucson, Arizona. Hello from Seattle. Can you say to my little kids, Asher and Ronan, please? Hey, what's up, Asher and Ronan? Thanks for stopping out. Hopefully you get to see a really nice Integra today. Hello from Planet Earth. Hello. Also from Planet Earth here. Toronto, Jersey, Baltimore, Philly, Austin, Vancouver. Then it went too fast. Oh man, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. Live stream goes officially live at 8:35, so about 12 more minutes. In the meantime, we'll go over some spreadsheets. We'll talk a little bit about what you guys are expecting. This is one of the main pages here. Been refreshing that. Nothing's been going through. Jamal Cruz sending me $2. Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate it. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow morning. Like my hair is so crazy long. So that's where that $2 is going. So that's why I've been wearing a hat quite a bit on my videos because my hair's way too long. So thanks for that. And there's a poll. If you guys haven't voted in the poll, it says, which entry-level Japanese sports car are you most excited for? Integra is at 76%, followed distantly by the BRZ/GR86, then the SI, which it's kind of funny because the SI and the Integra should be very similar. And then the WRX is last on that list. I know a lot of people weren't a big fan of the new WRX's design, so that makes sense to me. Is this guy for real? No, I am just digital AI. You guys, I don't know, you guys are always throwing me a wrench here. Hello from the Other Side. It's a great song, by the way. You listen to that on repeat. Integra better be anorexic, meaning be very lightweight. I hope so. Anorexic is not healthy, though. We want a low body fat percentage, but plenty of muscle. I don't want anorexic. Anyways, Cross sent me $2. Not as bad as the WRX exterior. That's what you're hoping for. Well, I mean, Acura's designs have been pretty darn good lately. Subaru's designs lately probably don't have quite the same track record. So I'm not going to get my expectations too high because I've learned to do a little bit of tapering of my expectations when it comes to Honda, Acura, any Japanese new car. Essentially, expectations are really, really, really low. Something I've learned to do over the years. We are going to get a 5-door today, so rev up your engines, you guys. So what do I think we're going to see tonight? Something very similar to what we saw when they unveiled the 11th gen Honda Civic. They showed the exterior design, and that was about it. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting powertrains to be mentioned. We know 6-speed manual is an option, right? I mean, it even says it right here. We've seen that video of the different generations of Integras rolling through the gears. Acura did a really good job with that piece. I am not expecting pricing. I am expecting a launch window. So maybe first quarter or first half of 2022, something like that. And I don't think we're going to see a 3-door or 2-door, whatever you want to call it. I don't think we're going to see a coupe. I could be wrong on that, of course. But I told you I keep my expectations really, really low. So I can be a little bit more jolly if something comes out that I wasn't expecting. Jeff Spreen, $10. Acura dealer here. Appreciate you covering the Integra. I saw it today in person. Acura plans to make a big move with this entry vehicle. Well, Jeff is getting that hype train going. Thanks so much, Jeff, for the $10, and thanks for getting us excited for the Integra tonight. Yeah. I think it's going to be a much more marketable product than the ILX that you guys have had for a long time now, based off of the 8th or 9th gen Civic? Man, it's getting late. Anyways, here's a good old spreadsheet I made a while back. And column B here, we have what is in the current ILX. We have an 8-speed DCT, 201 horsepower, VTEC Yo, 180 pound-feet of torque, and the 2.4 liter. I think it's a really good engine. They don't really need to get rid of it, but when we're looking at the Civic right now, you have a 2 liter, which would not make it into the Integra. You also have the 1.5 liter, which is what I'm guessing is going to be the base engine. Somewhere around 200 horsepower, right? Because the new SI has 200 horse. So they say that horsepower is more widely spread out through the rev range, but we still have 5 less horsepower compared to the last SI versus the new SI. Jason Jurgen, $5. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Integra 3-door, 5-door, 2-liter VTEC turbo manual and DCT. I hope that's all right. That would be epic. 2-liter VTEC turbo. So that would be this guy right here. So this would be a potential Type S, kind of like a detuned version of what we see in the Type R Civic. That vehicle has the 306 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. I mean, I don't think they're going to make... I mean, I could be wrong, but I just don't think they would make an Acura clone of the Civic Type R. That's what it seems like it would be, right? So not quite sure if they're going to use a 2-liter on the Type S. It wouldn't be a bad choice, but Acura has talked about a hybrid. I don't think we'll see a hybrid at launch. The hybrid could be a Type S, and I would like to see super handling all-wheel drive. I think there has been a couple examples of Integras having all-wheel drive in the past, but it is a front-wheel drive, historically driven car. 256 horsepower and 253 pound-feet of torque was just a crazy number that I came up with if they were to electrify it based off of other hybrids that they have in their lineup. Do I think the ILX will be replaced by the new Integra? It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be replaced. John Aceda, don't be a you-know-what. John Aceda is a good guy. He's going to do everything he can to make this new Integra as exciting as possible. Ultimately, it's up to the bean counters, as you guys know, over in Japan. So let's go back to the other pages here. Yes, it's about 5 minutes away. Nothing at the Acura YouTube page, which it's supposed to be there. So yeah, we'll see what happens at 8:35. Nothing here quite yet. Nothing there. Nothing here either. So nothing early to grace us at this point. No, we're not going to see the 3-liter turbo engine with 355 horse. Those are for the larger vehicles in the Acura lineup. Imagine if they squeeze a Type S V6. That's, yeah, I just mentioned. Ruben sent me $2. Thanks, Rubes. 1.5 liter turbo, 6-speed manual, 200 horsepower would be fun yet slow. Yeah, I mean, I hope that. I think that's going to be the base. So I don't think that'll be the Type S. So the 1.5 turbo with the 6-speed manual, I'm assuming it'll be very similar to the SI, how it's tuned, the lighter flywheel, the faster shifting gears in theory, the faster revving engine as a result. So I'm thinking that that's going to be the jumping off point. Do we know if powertrains will even be announced tonight? I'm not getting my hopes up. They might say something like, open Acura YouTube. Okay, you guys are spamming me. Do I need to go to home? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's put on the headphones here. I don't hear anything yet, but can you guys see it okay? Is it adequate? Let me see if I can. What about that? What about that? Let's see if I can. It's a little bit better, right? 2.7 liter. That would be cool. Not going to happen. Expecting fake pumped exhaust. That's 100% happening. So Livestream is up. Hopefully you guys can see it now. I don't have any volume here, so we're just waiting. Remember, it's a prototype tonight, guys. It's not a full reveal, so expectations are low. The amount of information that I'm expecting is also very low. I think we're just going to see the design, maybe something showcasing the 6-speed manual, of course. Maybe we get interior. It will be interesting to see if it's a touchscreen or not, because the Civics are touchscreen, and Acura has a true touch interface, which not a big fan of. I know you can get used to it, and I have, but I still don't like it that much. I would be okay if it was true touch interface and a touchscreen. Give us the option of what we want to use and when we want to use it. But yeah. Do I expect a lot of change between the design and the production version? Little to none. The Civic prototype that they showed was pretty much spot on to the sport model. So what we see here tonight is probably going to be 99% of what we see in the production model in terms of the looks, the design of it. Description says priced at $30K. There we go. Okay, let's read this. Acura today gives the world its first look at the highly anticipated Integra prototype, signaling the return of the celebrated nameplate to the Acura lineup. Finished in striking Indy yellow pearl, so we're going to see that color borrowed from the NSX. The Integra prototype is a strong indication of the exterior design of the all-new 23 Integra, which will be priced around $30K when it arrives at Acura dealers next year. That's about right. If I go to my spreadsheet, I mean, it was a bit lofty of me to expect 27,000, but you also keep in mind, if the base engine is the same 1.5 liter turbo as the top of the line Civics are, you're essentially getting the top of the line Civic as the base Acura. Maybe hold on.
Ladies
Here we
and
are.
gentlemen, please
I'll be
welcome
quiet.
Vice President and Acura
It's Mr.
Brand
John
Officer,
Aceda.
John Aceda.
Hello to everyone here with us in Los Angeles and those joining online. This is a big day for Acura. And as I was preparing for this announcement, I was thinking back to 2015 when we introduced the production NSX and formally returned to our precision-crafted performance DNA. And now, in just a few short years, we've completely rebuilt Acura as the performance division of Honda, going back to our roots. And today, you're going to see the next major piece of that strategy. A new gateway model that will take the Acura brand to an even higher level with the revival of one of the most influential models in our brand history, the Acura Integra. And this all-new model ushers in a new era of performance for a new generation of customers, and I've been waiting to say this for a very long time. The Integra is back.
Yay.
And in keeping with our focus on less stock and more drive, let's get right to it. Here it is, the Acura Integra prototype.
You know, Acura to me just means energy. You know, there's a culture here that is different.
We reign forever, the code is stick together. We mash even though the forecast is stormy weather.
Acuras were their first cars.
Integra was the car that captured my heart and soul. I've never forgotten about that feeling.
The pride of the city, the toast of the town. It's love when I come back, man, the streets are proud.
You feel connected to the car as you're driving it.
It really is timeless.
Integras are where hip-hop culture and Acura culture meet.
Acura, going back to their roots.
It's been over 20 years since that car's been out.
It's coming back.
Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones.
There it is.
Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones. Real ones. Real ones. Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones.
It's not a 4-door, it's a 5-door. You're right, the taillights do look similar to the Genesis Coupe. It's not a bad thing though, it's a good looking car.
Timeless.
It's coming back.
Different.
All right. Now this is an Integra for the next generation. Now we have a clear understanding of the formula that worked in the past. So it's sleek and sporty like the Integras we all fell in love with. But with this new model, we really focus on styling and versatile packaging that will appeal to the next generation of customers. With its striking 5-door design, it's perfect for active lifestyles. And with its dramatically sloping roofline,
Thanks, Cross, for the
this
$2.
new Integra has a coupe-like presence while maintaining the versatility of a liftback. The all-new Integra prototype was crafted with the next iteration of Acura's signature design language, the new frameless diamond pentagon grille. And also included is Acura's unique lighting signature, featured front and rear with 4-element jewel-eye headlights and chicane daytime running lights and brake lights. With its great proportions and stance and dual exhaust finisher, this Integra shows its potential as a true performance 5-door. Now, clearly inspired by previous Integra models, this prototype features distinctive wide single-piece taillights, and just like back in the day, the name Integra is embossed in the front and rear fascias. The Indy yellow pearl color you see here on this prototype is borrowed from the NSX, but it pays tribute to the Phoenix yellow of the iconic third-generation Integra Type R. And it's not just a tribute to the color. This will be the first turbocharged Integra from the factory, and it will deliver on an emotional driving fun of its predecessors with a turbocharged 1.5-liter VTEC engine, an available 6-speed manual transmission, and limited slip differential. Integra is developed with enthusiasts like you and mine.
It's a Civic Si.
We all know the trend
That's what I was
towards SUV and
expecting.
crossovers, but this model will flip the script when it arrives at Acura dealers next year, priced around $30,000, attracting customers beyond just its competitive segment. Now, I've designed cars for over 25 years, and I know that passion is important for great cars. And I'm confident that the passion our team put into creating this model will make an emotional connection with our customers. And that will make this Integra the gateway to a new era of Acura performance. Now, this is just the beginning. So, thank you to everyone joining us tonight, and we look forward to sharing more information on Integra before its arrival at dealers next year. Thank you to everyone for joining us online.
That's it. That is it, ladies and gentle people. This is exactly what I was expecting. Not the best, says Cross, but exterior is better than the WRX. Oh, totally agree. I don't know how. I like the design overall. A big part of that is I like the Civic's design, and I like modern Acura designs. So it's pretty much a diamond pentagon chicane lighted Civic, which is not a bad thing. Remember, this is Honda, Acura we're talking about. These are very conservative companies. It's not like the 90s where we saw ridiculous things happening. It's going to be very conservative, and Honda didn't make a whole lot of money last quarter. The profits were down. So they're not going to come out with a product that's got a brand new engine just for the Integra, or a brand new powertrain just for the Integra. It wasn't going to happen. So let's go back to the newsroom here. I don't know if we have any media up. Don't think we have any media up of the new Integra, and this is all we have over here. So me just refreshing the pages here. Maybe you guys are always crafty on finding what has the most up-to-date information. So Vikram, $2, thank you. Elantra N wins again, Acura failed us. Elantra N is going to be more of a Civic Type R sort of vehicle. So around over 270 horsepower. It will compete more directly with the Type R or a Type S. So we don't know anything about the Type S. And no, it's not going to be a Type R. I saw someone, what was this? I think it was an article in Slash Gear talking about what they expected to see on the new Integra, and they said like Type R. I'm like, no, Acura's Type S now. You'll never see a Type R. I don't expect ever again in an Acura lineup. So that's what Honda does now, is the Type Rs. All right, let's see here. All right, should we do a new poll, guys? 69% of you are more excited for the Integra compared to some of its rivals. Let's create a new poll now that you know what it is, which is very similar to like a Civic Si, the limited slip diff 6-speed manual. Let's do this. Which do you want the most? And we'll put Integra, Civic Si. It's pretty much the same poll, but now that we know what the Integra is, not BRZ WRX, BRZ GR86 or WRX. There, new poll is up. Include the new Z. I can only pick 4 things on a poll. The new Z will be $40,000, so it's in a different class. Miata could be in there as well. But again, it only lets me pick 4. So I could have been like WRX/Miata/other, something like that. But this will give us a good idea. Get rid of the WRX. But in the new Z, the Z costs 10 grand more. Let's see if we have any additional media here. I don't see anything. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so they just put up the reveal. Do we get some B-roll of it? Oh, F yes. Let's watch this B-roll. Oh yeah. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about the plastic running all the way into this duct over here. I don't think it's necessary. What do you guys think? I know we're looking at the back now, which looks Genesis Coupe-like, which is not a bad thing because Genesis Coupe was a really good-looking vehicle for its time. Completely disappointed. I don't know how you could be disappointed because they weren't going to do anything crazy. Do you even know I'm here, says Sykesapop? There's a lot of people in here today. Guys, thank you all for coming out to check out the new Integra. It's pretty exciting. And before the stream, I'm like, I'm not expecting a 3-door or a 2-door. I'm not expecting a Type S. I'm not even expecting too much information on the powertrain. We got 1.5 liter turbo and 6-speed manual, but we didn't get horsepower numbers or anything. We got limited slip diff, which the more John said, the more it sounded more and more like the the Civic Si. And I'm going to be driving the Civic Si here in a couple of weeks, or within this week, I should say. And we'll share it with you guys within 2 or 3 weeks, those driving impressions. So those initial impressions will be similar to the driving impressions of this new Integra. But what the issue I have with the new SI is a cheap cloth interior. It is all red accented as well. So they have a really cool new like orange paint color for the SI, but you can only get the red accented black interior on the SI. And orange and red do not go well together, in my opinion. So the Integra should offer, there's a shifter, should offer a lot better interior options for us. So this is just the we already saw that video. Looking at the photos here, we'll just flip through them slowly. What do you guys think? Do you think the Integra decal here will come from the factory, or do you think there'll be maybe a dealer add-on? I don't think it's going to be standard, this Integra. To me, it doesn't look very classy. I think it makes sense for the introduction of this new prototype to have Integra on the side. We've seen writing on the sides of Integras before, so it's kind of following in line there. Troy, $2. Sorry, Kirk, this is making you sick. I'm sorry. I'm digging it. I don't know. I think it looks really good from the front. I just wish we had paint matched this portion. I wish it wasn't going all the way to the sides. Does that make sense? It looks like a spaceship. If you just look at the bottom portion, it looks like a spaceship. Diamond Pentagon Grille, of course. Daytime running lights look good. Yeah, I just wish this was paint matched down here. Now, if you get a black car, it'll probably look just fine, obviously. So Renato also sent me $2. Thank you so much. Rear looks better than the front. I think, whoops. Let's look at the rear real quick. The rear does look really solid. Very minimal, very plain. Good looking taillights, solid dual exhaust. Rear taillights look good. I'm going in circles here. Even from the side, it looks a little bit like older Acuras. That taillight, that wraparound taillight looks similar. We have that mesh pattern grille. Now this mesh pattern grille, let's see if we can get a better image of it. Not really. This could change. It might not be quite as ornate on the production version. So here's a side profile. What do you think of the side profile? Looks very Civic hatchback to me, which that's what it's modeled off of. It's not a bad thing. I'm really behind on the comments. Okay, now that you guys, I'm looking at the, I think I may have missed a few donations. Supa Donkey, $5 Canadian. They have to put that cringe Integra decal in there to ensure people that this thing is an Integra and not I'm assuming not a Honda Civic. But I mean, looking at the side, it's going to be hard to tell. The best way to tell from the side is going to be looking at the lights, obviously, because otherwise it looks very similar. I would agree. I may have missed another donation too. Mike Wellington, $5, probably add-on. Sup, Kirk? Thanks for coming out, Mike. So no 400. I can't put more than 4 vehicles in my poll, and I can't put the Miata in there as a result either. So sorry. Miata never disappoints. You guys think it's cheap looking? Okay, what color? Okay, maybe this is Here's a new poll. I'm going to end this one. You guys seem to be kind of split between the BRZ 86 vehicle versus the Integra in terms of which one you are wanting the most. But I think we have another important question here is what color color of Integra do you want? And I'm not going to get into all the fancy colors like racing. I can't even, Apex Blue Pearl. I'll just put blue. Okay. And this yellow already, I already forgot the yellow color, but we'll just put yellow. They also have a nice red in the Acura lineup. And the last one, I'll put silver, gray, white, or black. The rest of the colors, or should I say like the rest of the non-color colors? You know what I mean? The paint colors don't have color. They're just silver, black, or white. All right. Let's see what you guys think. I'm interested in what colors you would be interested in. So I'd rather walk than get an Integra. Well, walking's a hell of a lot cheaper. That is for sure. More eco-friendly, in theory. The decal is just going to be pretty sure for this prototype. So don't think that it's going to be on every single Integra. It might be a factory add-on. And I'm going to leave the paint pull up for a while. I want to get your guys' idea on ILX versus the Integra. Would you, now that you know that the Integra is 1.5 liter turbo 6-speed manual and the ILX is a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated VTEC engine, which one would you be more interested in? Imagine they're the same price for all intents and purposes. Let's just say they're both at $30K. Would you be more interested in the Integra with the smaller engine, but it's boosted with the 6-speed manual, or would you take the 8-speed DCT with the 2.4 liter VTEC? That is a good question. Some of you are saying ILX non-turbo. Some of you are saying ILX. Yeah, if we could get the 2.4 with a manual, that would be amazing. Integra over the ILX. It's a 5-door. Technically, it's a liftback. Wonder if it's starting above or under 30K. It'll be around 30K. Maybe 29.99 before destination. So it'll be more like 31K. Man. Okay, so I'm going to end this poll. Most of you guys said you would take a silver, gray, black, or white. So 40, I mean, obviously that's more paint options, but 44% of you would opt for not having like a blue, yellow, green, red on your Integra. I don't know why I said green. Has there ever been a green Integra? Probably. Like a dark green, right? Like a ginger ale sort of green. All right. Next poll. Next poll is going to be fun here, guys. Which would you prefer? 2021 Acura ILX 2.4 liter NA. Gosh, what's the horsepower on that? 201. 201 horsepower. 8 DCT. Or 2023, we'll just put Integra 1.5 T. We'll just say 200 horsepower because that's what the new SI has, and 6 MT. This is going to be a big question for you guys, and I really am interested in seeing what you guys would be interested in. The outgoing ILX, which is kind of like Integra because it's based off the Civic anyways. But I got some donations here. Bruce says, what car makes you break your neck when you see it, Kirk? I see a lot of exotics every day, and I wouldn't say any of them break my neck anymore because I'm so used to it. Some of the older exotics, not the new one, the older, like if I see an older Ferrari, that typically gets my attention. What else? Anytime I see a GTR, they're not that common, typically gets my attention. Yeah, I would say some of the older cars. I can't think of any recently right now. Oh, you know what? Check this out. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. I was at my daughter's tennis practice yesterday, and check out this FJ. Mind you, this is in the parking lot of the church I got married, which is right next to the tennis courts where my girls practice. Look at this, look at this FJ. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. I didn't get enough time to read all the stickers, but this definitely caught my attention. My neck snapped. Like, you have a kayak on each side. You have like survival cases up top, snorkel. I mean, it's just what else can you do to it? It's so good. Made me so happy. Anyways, that probably got you guys laughing. All right. I feel like I probably missed another donation up there. See if I can find it. I'm so far behind. If I missed it, I apologize. Thank you so much for donating. Here we go. Night Rider 21, $5. Thank you. Marketers designed this car. No Integra enthusiasts touched this car. Well, can't prove that. Johnny and Kata, I guarantee you, is very much in love with the Integra and Acura of old. And he had his hands all over this vehicle. So I would say that's not entirely true. But you also have to realize Honda is not going to custom build an Integra. It's always been based off the Civic. And we're not going to get unique powertrains for it, at least not at launch. So Type S, maybe if we're lucky, but more than likely it's going to be the 2-liter turbo with a 6-speed manual. That's pretty cool. Guys, that's pretty exciting. 2-liter turbo 6-speed manual. I know that's kind of Civic Type R place, but yeah, it's still exciting to me. They made the ILX with the manual. Well, the ILX was essentially an Integra, right? They just named it the ILX. So was the RSX, right? But I am going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I'll probably make a video on this in the next day or so, sharing my thoughts with it, especially for people who weren't able to tune into the live stream. But it's going to arrive next year, 30K or around 30K, 6-speed manual. I'll have a limited slip diff, 1.5-liter turbo. I think that's just about all the details. It's a 5-door liftback, and I'll read more into this tomorrow. It will be in production at the Marysville plant, which isn't really a surprise. I believe that's where the Civic hatchback is built, set to be built on the same production line with the Acura TLX. Integra will join. Well, is that where is the Civic hatchback produced in Marysville? It might not be. Gosh, it's late. So some of you guys can go ahead and look that up, or if you know it, just correct me. Do that in the comments. But anyways, Tyler Garcia, $5. Thank you so much. Now that the base Integra is confirmed, we'll have 1.5. What do you think Type S will have? Acura will be conservative, go in the 100 or 200 horsepower. Yes, 99% sure that 200 horsepower is going to be what the new Integra has with the 1.5 turbo. 99% sure. We can change this to $30,000 now. Which isn't too far off. Doesn't mean Type S is going to start at 35. Since that went up about 3K, maybe Type S starts around 38, 39K. 39K sounds more realistic. What do I think the Type S is going to be? It's more than likely this, which is a 272 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque, 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbo. Same engine we see in the RDX and the TLX base models, not the Type S models. I don't think it'll be the full 306 horsepower that we see in the Type S, in the Type R Civic. And I do think it will be cheaper than a Type S Honda Civic. Type R. It's late, guys. Hopefully I'm making sense. I think a Type S Integra will be cheaper than a Type R Civic. Hopefully I said it correctly that time. But yes, it's front wheel drive. Could the Type S be super handling all wheel drive? It could be. Probably unlikely, but I'm not gonna set my hopes up. I've already made a video on what I would like to see on a new Integra, especially a Type S. Super handling all wheel drive would be one of those things. I know that increases weight, but if there's enough power to make up for it, then we should be okay. Oh yeah, no, I do like the new Integra. I don't think the design is 100% perfect. I'm not a big fan of this one piece, but the rest of it was what I was expecting. This piece right here, that you have the intake here, or the air passage, you have the fog light. This portion does not need to be painted black. I think it would look better without it. What do you guys think? Do you think they could just end the grille right there? It doesn't need to flow into the wheel and make the vehicle, I don't know. I would just rather have that paint matched right there. That's just me. Yes, it does have a limited slip. Sir Holmes, $5. Thank you so much, Mr. Holmes. I bought Integras and RSX Type S, not because of horsepower, it's because of how they look. The new Acura and Honda is trash. Toyota and Subaru have taken over. I think that the new, out of all the vehicles that you're mentioning, like I had a poll on earlier, I think that the GR86 is the best looking out of all of them, and that includes this new Integra. Although the Miata looks phenomenal, especially with the club package and the exterior package that has the BBS wheels, the Recaro seats, the additional side skirts, things like that. I think that vehicle looks amazing. It looks better than the GR86, but it costs almost $40K or around $40K for the looks of the Miata with the club package, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and the hardtop. But you don't have to get that in the hardtop. You can get the soft top with that same package, but I don't think it looks quite as good. But anyways, that was quite a tangent. Yeah, then the looks after that, I don't know. I think Subaru really dropped the ball on the looks of their BRZ compared to the GR86. It still looks good. It's just not as good as its Toyota brother. Miata looks really, really good. Put it right up there, maybe even above the 86. Civic Si is a good-looking vehicle, I think. The new Integra is a good-looking vehicle. I probably put them about the same level of eye candy. Maybe a little bit of a nod to the Acura because the headlights are so much nicer. So yeah, Acura is the next Infinity. No, don't wish that on anyone. Don't wish that on anyone. Oh yeah, the WRX is at the bottom of the pile for looks. Absolutely. Reading the poll here, most of you, I would agree with, you'd pick the new Integra over the ILX that has the 6-speed manual over the 8-speed DCT naturally aspirated ILX. So I would too. Aaron sends me $4.99. I assume this is why they nerfed the new SI. No, I think the new SI was nerfed 5 horsepower due to emissions. Simple as that. And I think this new Integra will have the exact same 200 horsepower as the SI. I could be wrong. But that's what I'm expecting. So Matthew Fuller, he says he's underwhelmed with the new Integra. Well, in terms of what? The looks, the price, the powertrains, I should say. I mean, it's right where I was expecting. A hair more expensive, but right where I was expecting. It's all about setting your expectations at the right level, guys, so you're not disappointed. I guess I've been doing this, like I said, I've been doing cars for a while now, and I know, especially with the Japanese, put your expectations extremely low. Very, very, very low. They even tried to make the front end nice looking, but with the real difference, rear wheel drive feeling versus old Integra front wheel drive, assuming vectoring rotates same around as rear wheel drive. Well, nothing drives like rear wheel drive. You can get really close with designing a car and tuning it a certain way. And that's what the old Integra was really good at, is kind of mimicking that rear wheel drive sensation, but nothing is rear wheel drive, but rear wheel drive. Sir Holmes, $199, fire all Honda and Acura design teams. I don't agree with that. I for the most part like their designs. So Sykes Pop's taken off. Underwhelming. You guys. It's missing the adaptive dampers. Yeah, that could be coming in a Type S. Civic Type R is in a completely different class of vehicle until we see how performance oriented the Type S is going to be. So it should still be in a different class of vehicle. The Type R should still be above the Type S. I do wish the design was a little bit more edgy, but They're not going to go away with the Diamond Pentagon grille. We already knew what the headlights look like, which I do like the headlights. We knew it was going to look like a Civic SI. Well, this is me talking. I knew that it was going to look like a Civic hatchback because of spy shots, and it's based off of a Civic hatchback. So, yes. Could they have done a little bit more to it? Yes, but that would have increased pricing too. So, it's too safe looking. That might be true. Is it a rebadged Civic Si? More or less, you could say that. It'll have better build quality in theory. It'll cost a hair bit more, and it'll have better interior options. The Civic Si's interior, like I said, it's pretty much all cloth, and you only have your choice of black with red accent. So you can only get certain colors with that. Blue's not going to work, in my opinion. Yellow's not going to work on a Civic Si. Or the orange color is definitely not going to work. So Cross says, thank God all of you hate it, so I can pick one up at sticker and not crazy markup. There you go. All right, guys, I am fading. I'm tired, ready to call it a night. What did you think? I love the ZDX. That's a neck snapping car. If you ever see a ZDX on the road, that always is like, oh shit, it's a ZDX. What the heck? They only made them for a few years. They could have just kept the ILX name and no one would have been mad. That's true, but there's no marketing power in ILX. Even if people don't like it, if people don't like this Integra, no one would have been like, interested even in tonight's live stream if it wasn't an Integra, more than likely. If it was an ILX, people are just like, oh, it's an ILX, whatever. But Integra immediately gets your attention. It's genius marketing on their end. Whether it meets your expectations or not, it is still genius marketing to bring back the Integra. And it will sell better because it's called an Integra and not an ILX. Guarantee it. So, Sir Holmes, just throwing me money tonight. Thanks, dude. Tell the truth. New car days are made cheaper, yet they sell them for more money. Everything costs more. So everything is, should I say, all materials cost more, especially now with all the supply chain issues. And they have to bake in all these safety things as well, which drives up costs. And there's more materials in the vehicle as a result as well. More structural materials for safety, as well as active safety equipment, cameras, sensors, computer chips, that sort of thing. Anyways, new paint is cheap. It depends on the type of car. Engine plastics, fake leather. Now, I'm not against fake leather at all. It has nothing to do with the eco-ness of it. It's probably not that eco-friendly to create fake leather. It's probably actually better to make leather seats out of leather, but it's cheaper to do it synthetically. So that's why all these auto manufacturers are like virtue signaling vegan leather or stuff like that. It's probably worse for the environment than using. We got to use hides from the cattle that we eat, right? Got to put it to use. Might as well do it in a car. But synthetic is also good for lasting a long time. So it has its trade-offs. But if you're a purist, I totally get it. When you guess high prices, they see that goes lower prices. But to address new cars now, new cars are cheaper than they used to be or made cheaper. That's probably true. The whole purpose of a manufacturer is to make as much money as possible. So this has been in every single car brand since the beginning of making cars. Is how do we make these vehicles cheaper so we can make more money? right? Vehicles do cost more than ever to produce, inflation, as well as the cost of materials and things like that. But you can make the argument that every single year, every single new vehicle could be made cheaper than the previous because that's what they're trying to do. Does that make sense? Maybe. Anyways, guys, that was a really long addressing of Mr. Sir's comment there, Sir Holmes. But will this have a CVT? Whew. You know, that's a great question. I think it's a 50-50 shot. They could put the 10-speed automatic in there, and that would be amazing. Give us a 10-speed auto that we have in the rest of the Acura products. That's what I would like to see. With the 6-speed manual obviously being the optional transmission. If it has a CVT, then I'll be disappointed. I'll be very disappointed. So, good point there. But Hong Wen said TFL has a new video. They probably are there. I actually turned down the event. I wasn't feeling well. I have a sinus infection. So I would have been there, guys, to bring you like a walk around. I'm just not feeling well. I've been sleeping a lot. I'm on antibiotics, that sort of thing. So, yes, I just didn't want to go travel to California to see this unveil due to health reasons. And that's also why you may have noticed like my content hasn't been as regular. Just been tired, trying to feel better, trying to keep up with the kids. My wife's not feeling well either. She has sinus infection too. So, yes. Anyways, guys, I will be bringing you hands-on coverage for Toyota event coming up soon. I'm going this week. I'll probably be able to share it in about 2 weeks from now. And Civic Si will be coming up in the next week or so, and I'll be able to share those driving impressions probably 2 weeks as well. So definitely stay tuned for that sort of stuff. Also, maybe I will be seeing the Ioniq 5 and driving it. That's a possibility in the future as well before the end of the year. Maybe. We'll see. But thank you, guys. Thank you for the well wishes. I'll feel better. I'll feel better. I'm a tough guy. So, anyways, thank you so much for the well wishes. Thank you for coming out. Thank you to everyone who donated. We have a new Integra, and in my opinion, it's going to be a really good selling car for them. It's going to sell better than the ILX just because of the nameplate power of Integra. And is it just a fancier SI? Yeah. Hopefully they don't put a CVT in it as the standard transmission, if you know what I'm saying. Hopefully they put the 10-speed automatic like we see in other Acura products. Overall, the looks, I'd probably give it like a B. You know, if it's A, B, C, or D, or F, probably give it a B or a C, maybe a B minus. Love the headlights, love the tail lights, love the rear end. Side profile is pretty good. It's just this piece right here doesn't do it for me at the very bottom of the grille where it flows into the side of the vehicle. Doesn't do it. Anyways, guys, I'll check you in the next video. Have a wonderful night. Get some sleep. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If not, get some sleep. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Integra's back. It's good to say that. All right. Peace out.